Hey, what's up, patron? Right now we're going to get into the Centaurial On Your Own 6 challenge, which involves delay. If you're getting early access to this, you can wait till Monday. Not sure what the date will be. Today's the 12th, so the 19th. Okay, the public video will go up, and you'll see everything that's going on with delay. But for now, we're going to hop into Massive and add delay to 3 of our previous patches. Okay, I don't know what system you're using, what kind of synth. If your synth doesn't have delay, you can use a plugin inside your host. If you're using a hardware synth, Joe recommends you get a delay pedal, so you can be like the guitaristas. So Massive does have delay. Okay, and if you look at the routing here, it's going to go into effects 1 and then out the master. So it's almost like using an external delay, except you have the EQ and the master volume at the end. But other than that, the effects are going to happen at the end. So let's listen to the dry signal. And we just have a saw wave with our initialized patch. If you haven't seen that, then go back and watch the other videos, and you can see how to set up a nice initialized patch inside of Massive. So let's turn effects 1 on. Still sounds the same. Now let's pick a delay. We gotta make it wet, 50-50. Okay, that's really short. And just like Joe explained, some synths aren't going to have a spread knob, so in Massive what we get is a time left, time right. So let me kick over to the stereo speakers and hear what that sounds like. It hardly doesn't even sound mono, but it probably is. I wonder if we kick over here to see the values. Yeah, okay. So now we can get a numerical representation of what's happening. So you can watch down here as I play with these, okay? So we'll bring this one to 0, goes to 100, double click, and it goes to 50. Same thing with the right. So now they're in the middle. This is how it sounds. Let's turn time left all the way to left. That's weird. Now everything sounds like it's coming out of the right speaker. Let's turn this one to left. There's no delay. Well, there is. Actually, you can tell by the sound of it that it's just happening instantaneously. So this is your millisecond value here. So here, the right is at 0, which means the right speaker, the delay that would ordinarily come out of it, which actually is coming out of it, is now blended with the center channel because it's within 10 milliseconds. So you can't separate those sounds. Let's do the same thing with the right. Okay. Now let's start to increase the time left. Right around there, we can start to hear the separation in the left channel. Barely. Actually, it's more like there, because if you just turn it, it just creates that that's like a trap sound. There's something with, if something like gets to one ear before the other, it sounds like it's coming from that direction, so I don't know. There we go. Now we finally get some, you know, actual something happening on the left, like very distinct. This is almost like a Haas effect, where you're just sort of expanding the sound. That's more mono-ish. Like up to 1/4, it doesn't really sound distinct, but above that, you can definitely hear a little bit of a distinct delay. So, and halfway, it's very separated. So, in order to get spread, we want to probably turn these knobs no more than 12.5%, so we don't get past that 1/4 amount. I'm guessing that's kind of the same here too. Don't know. Let's check it out. So let's go. Well, here's 90. Here's 45. Let's go 12.5. 90, 45, 12.5. Definitely getting separation. I think this is one of those, not logarithmic, but like the farther you go, this is more like 3 seconds, 2 seconds, whereas this is like 10 milliseconds. So let's both drop both these a lot and just put this one like 12. Well, I got numbers down there I can use. In the massive manual, they're like, we don't want you to use numbers, so that's why we didn't give you any. Brother, if I want numbers, I'm going to get them. So that's spread, okay? Here's really no spread, and we start to open these up. I mean, that just kind of spreads the whole thing open, doesn't it? I would say that much and less, you get just an opening. But it definitely doesn't sound like the one in Syntorial. I think what you'd have to do is, I think I can grab both of these. No, can't. That'd be great if I could. Apparently I can't. And just increase both of them. Like, it's not going to sound the same, but let's do like 13 here. 14's fine, and let's do 26 or 27. Yeah. It's definitely stereo, but it's not quite like what Joe was getting. There we go. So if you just separate them just a tiny bit, turn them both to where they're a value that's going to separate from the dry signal. And then, yeah, if you separate them just a little, you get more of a spread. Like that. That's definitely your Haas pan right there. But if you go a little too, so 50 and 52, so just basically nothing. But if you go too far, you end up with that effect that you got in Syntorial where the spread knob was all the way to the right, where they're just out of sync. Now you can hear that. And Syntorial didn't have a dampening knob. This is kind of how Syntorial was, I think, where the sound was essentially a carbon copy. Maybe Syntorial did have some damping. I don't know. But what it does is for every subsequent echo, which apparently this delay only has one, it just kind of mellows out the sound. Just sends it through a filter. I'm not sure exactly what the algorithm is doing, but obviously making the sound darker. And I guess we don't get to play with the feedback, or can we? I mean, like, does that even make sense? Feedback, not like it goes into delay, so I don't think that's how you do it. This delay has no feedback, apparently. Okay, so now we've played with that. We should check out maybe another one of these delays, because turn this one off. This, what? No delay? Why is it at the bottom? We have different options for these? Huh. Didn't know that. Okay, so now we have some feedback. This one, okay, it's got dry wet, so we turn up a little bit. You can hear that the echoes are darker. We can make them brighter. We can turn the feedback down. Maybe not that much. And here we should be synced to, I mean, it's called delay sync, all right? So you have to assume that it's synced to the host tempo here, which is 120. Let's change it to 150, just to hear if it changes the tempo. Oh, for sure. Back to 120. Okay, so this is one quarter note, so every quarter note, it's going to kick out a delay. But here, if we go 3 quarter notes, well, this will go 1, 2, and then these should both fire on 3. Yeah, there you go. So on the right side, you heard that. So this is the first quarter note after the initial sound. So it's now, 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 yeah. Okay. So we can make this 8th notes. It'll come in sooner. Okay. Dotted 8th note, so quarter note and a half. So we'll hit the dry, 1 echo, and then between the first and second echoes, you'll hear 1 on the right. Cool. More feedback. And it just keeps going. Okay, so that's that. This one, apparently you're not going to get a lot of spread because it's totally synced. But if we add these together, yeah. You'd have to work with it to decide exactly how you wanted it. So, that's that. I mean, that's our initialized patch. So technically, what this lesson is about is I could add delay and then save it, just as a sync patch. In fact, I will do that. So I'm going to save it as... This is like literally the worst place to put your sound patches, like in your applications folder. Like, why? Isn't that where it is? Oh no, it's my documents. Like, I don't even use this. I have all my stuff moved off so I don't take up valuable space on my solid state drive. So I guess it kind of makes sense, but I never would use this ordinarily. So today's February 12th, and this is it's an initialized patch. plus delay. Okay, but what he wants us to do is go back and do 3 different sounds. Well, you know, we did make this initialized sound, so why don't we try this bass fade and hear what happens when we add delay to it. How's that even a bass? That's actually pretty cool. But he said don't do basses. So, okay. I guess I won't. We have a pad. Sparkles was cool. I thought we did some leads. No? I know we did. But I'm not finding it. Let's do sparkles for a pad. It's pretty sweet. It doesn't really make much sense, does it? But there you go. We can save it as sparkles plus delay. I wanted to show you real quick, like if you don't have a delay in your synth, if you don't have massive, well, I mean you have primer, so you do, but if you didn't, what you could do is use something like this. Okay. So here we have these are 16th notes. So 16th notes is a dotted 8th note. So this is 1/4, and just like we had it over here for delay synced with this, and then 3 3/8 notes. We had it like this, right? Yeah. So that's that. Sounds pretty similar. Except for some reason this one's louder. I don't know why. That's weird. But yeah, you know, this is a pretty well used plugin if you haven't really used it. Now it's in sync, just like this one is. But you can also make it function like this one, just regular delay, where you can individually change the left and right time. And you just come over here, flip this switch, both 100 milliseconds. Pretty short, but if we spread them out like 10 milliseconds or so, we want to do less than 11. Yeah, but how about 1 and 11? It widens your sound. Hear that? And then doesn't take much. You can hear how that pushes the sound out to the speakers. And here's your feedback, okay? Well, the sound is so short. Okay. If you want to hear discrete echoes, you got to go more than 10 milliseconds. Like, turn this one down. You can hear them, but that just becomes like a tone. And with this, you can't turn the feedback up to 100% because they know who you are and they know what you like. So they only give you so much. So let's just make a lead sound. I'll just play a MIDI thing. So, well, will I play it or program it? I can play it. Oh, what will I play? Anything would be fine. Okay, that's enough. I don't know why I'm playing Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's not even the right notes. Okay. That was just a disgrace. What did I even play? Oh yeah, it makes more sense with the metronome. Let's turn the metronome down a little bit. Alright, so what we want to do is change the massive patch. We want to put some delay on it, but I want some release. So what I did, I'm doing like a reverse filter thing. So instead of playing the note and then having it go up, having like the cutoff knob go up, here the cutoff knob is going to go down. Wait. Yeah, but we got to make it. Here, let's make it more obvious. Here it's like going down over this, staying down, and then coming back up. But I don't really want it to come up. Just a little, okay. Okay, and I think it'd be cool to have like, we definitely want to widen it some. So delay. And then we want to actually have a delay. But I want like an eighth note first. Let's hear how that sounds. I think maybe it'd be cool to add like maybe a sub oscillator or something. Not that much though. Yeah, a little more feedback. All right. There's other things you can do, like with voicing, which you can widen your sound. So, like here they have it called unisono spread. This is something that Joe talks about later, but wait. Oh, you gotta open the voices up some. Let's do 4. This is changing the pitch though. Maybe we do pan position. Do we have our sync button on? We should. Wait, we still have our so here's mono. Doesn't really do much, huh? Wonder why. I don't really hear them spread out that much. It's almost like a delay, but they're pitched differently. So here, I guess it's a little bit different. I thought there was a delay involved, but no. So let's just turn these off. Let's go back to this. Yeah. Maybe we could also just add this and then just change the pitch a little. Do a little smear. Alright, so where are we at? Alright, so that's a basic lead sound. I wish I could turn down my right channel a little bit. Yeah, I don't like that much. How can I do that inside of Live? Oh, you can use a utility and just change the balance a little bit, because this panorama thing, it doesn't move your sound from left to right, it just changes the balance. So but the problem is it's fine. Otherwise I'd have to like route this track to like 2 tracks and then I don't know, like automate it or something. So it's fine. That is my lead sound. Is it a lead sound? I don't really know, man. I'm not like an electronic music master. But it, you know, you can definitely play melodies with it. So yeah, don't do delays with basses unless you're really crazy. You can use delay inside of your synth if it has it, and if it hasn't, then you can use external delays and go nuts. Short delays are used for making your sound a little bit wider, and then you can adjust how much that effect happens with your dry wet knob. It's very similar to the doubler plugin that Waves has, but they also add modulation to the pitch, so it's back to like doing this unisono spread kind of thing. It's all very similar. We did an inverted envelope on the filter cutoff, added a little bit of resonance, added another oscillator which gives it more of a smear sound. We haven't covered that, but we will soon. Add a little sub oscillator. Yeah. Working my piano. Alright guys, thank you very much for being a patron. I hope this was helpful. Make sure you leave a comment if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to help you on your synth journey. You know, students are the best, can be the best teachers, and teachers can learn more than students. So that's why I'm doing this. You know, I really do think Syntorial is great, but the real reason is because I want to improve my synth skills. And with all the stuff that I do, I need to make a deliberate effort. So let's do it together, and I'll see you next week. Peace.